Well, hi guys and gals, it's me, George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man. And I'm working on Toolbox for the back of my new pickup, and I'll take you for a walk around on my truck after I get done with this little video clip. But as you can see, and I'll bring you in close here, this is a used one, and it's pretty grungy. So I have started cleaning it, and the best way I have found to clean it, and you can see, here's the first part of it, and then this is the way it's going to look when it's all done. It's a process, because what you have to do is you start off with a wire wheel like this, and this one happens to be a Win. See that? Yep. It's one I picked up out of the dump, and the mount for the grinder disc was messed up on it, so I just welded this wire wheel to it, so it's a dedicated wire wheel. Still works good. And so one of the biggest problems is that because of the diamond plate, you get stuff that's built up around the diamonds, you know? So I use the wire wheel. Like that, you can get right down in close, and you can get the dirt off all the way around the diamond. See the difference between here and then here? So I go through and I do that. I'm going to be doing that through the whole top and some of the sides, not all of the sides. I ain't going to do the back side that's going to be covered, and the lower panel down in here is not too bad anyway. But some of it has paint on it, and that's the other thing I found, is that the wire wheel works good for cleaning the paint off, don't you know? See that down in there? And I will get that cleaned off, and yeah, it's got paint all down the side over this side too. So we get all that cleaned off at the same time, and by the time we're done, it won't have the perfect shine. I mean, you can see that it has a pretty good shine there on the side still. The top won't have the same, quite a bit of a shine, but it will be clean, and it'll look a whole lot better than it does right now. So what I do, the first step I showed you, is using the wire wheel to get in there and get clean. Then, once I get it clean, my next step is to buff it up a little bit, get rid of some of the scratches left by the wire wheel, and it's a fairly fine wire wheel, as you noticed. My next step is using this unit here. This is a Black & Decker. Yep, this was a $5 yard sale special. And this Scotch-Brite ball. And it actually brings back a little bit of the shine to it, but it takes away the little bit of scratches that are put in by the wire wheel. But it'll look fine and dandy. when she's all done, because I tried to figure out different ways of cleaning it. I have this wire wheel. It's not a wire, this is a composite wheel, but it's a little bit too aggressive. And I have this wire wheel here for getting into tight spaces where I can't get in with the bigger one. And I had tried using this as a Scotch-Brite on a wheel, and it's, yeah, okay. I also tried using this composite wheel, but nah, it's a little too aggressive. So hold on to your hats, and I'll give you a tour, a quick tour of my truck, because there's also going to be some other videos that follow of things that I need to fix on this truck. So this will give you a side view of my truck. It's a 2003 Sonoma. My old truck, the burnt one, was a 2002. It was a crew cab. This one is just an extra cab. This one does have the fancy wheels on it. You can see it says GMC Sonoma. And it's in pretty good shape. There's no rust, no rot. I've been underneath it, and it looks like brand new underneath. Of course, it's a Tennessee truck. But it does have a couple of issues. One being that the paint is, the clear coat has come off in some places. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do about that, but we'll see. You can see that it did have a toolbox in here originally. So I've got to clean this mess off here before I mount the box permanently. And here's the other major issue right here, is this seat is all torn up, which it surprises me that it's torn up that badly, because this truck only has 116,000 miles on it. And there you can see it has the jump seat in the back, and has a console in the middle. And I like the setup. This has a similar setup to what my other truck had, that it has a CD player and a cassette player. And the one in my other truck, the cassette player was actually down in the console, down on the floor. But this is up here, and the CD player's up in there. And they both work very well. The AC works. Heat works. I need to start doing some cleanup on it. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But beyond the cleanup, because that seat is all torn up, I'm going to be replacing the seats in my pickup from my parts car, the other HHR that I have. And these are in much better shape, even though the parts car has over 200,000 miles on it. You wouldn't know it looking at the seats. So I'm going to be swapping those in, and what'll be nice about it, this is the driver's seat here. It's electric, and it has lumbar support and electric forward and back and all of them good things. So the seat in my truck here is only manual. So this one has a 4.3 V6. You can see again, have some peeling clear coat. I'm not super concerned about it. I need the truck to use. Like I said, I'm still thinking about how I'm going to deal with that. And I have cleaned my front wheels, but I haven't done my back wheels yet. And I think I'm probably going to take them off. And I always like to paint my drums red and my rotors red. So I'm probably going to do that on this too. And I'll paint up inside the wheel wells, and we'll put a chrome tip on the exhaust, and all of them kind of good things. And one of the beauties of having this truck is that it is essentially the same truck as the one that burned, so that all the mechanical parts off of this truck will work on this one. I had just put a starter in this the week before it burned up. It only had started the motor a few times, so I'm going to pull that back out. It did not get hurt. I've already looked under there to check. Part of the reason I have this truck inside the carport is so I can work on it. I also have, if I get down here, I also have a Reese hitch on this truck that I put on 3 or 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And the wiring for my trailer hitch that's set up for electric brakes, because my cover trailer that I have has electric brakes. Unfortunately, I'll have to get a new control unit to go inside the truck. That's good. And I have coil-over shocks on the back of this truck that I'm going to be taking off. I haven't looked at the shocks in the front. I might be taking all the shocks off of this truck and moving them over to this one, because all the shocks on this truck have about 5 years on them, and that's it. So yeah, there's lots of good parts on it. Well, and there she is in all her gleaming beauty. A little bit of work, a little bit of elbow grease, and yeah, she looks pretty good. Now the only thing I have left to do with this, I want to put a piece of carpet or something down in the bottom, and you'll notice on my latch over there that it's missing the lock cylinder. The fella had lost the keys for it. So I have the lock cylinder, and I'm going to get another cylinder put in there. We'll be good to go. So I can put my tools back in there and jumper cables and stuff like that and have them safe. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, thumbs up, and all them good things. And while it was chilly and overcast earlier, it's turned out to be a pretty nice day here. Thanks for watching. Bye now.